Hi, my name is Noemi and this is my first video. I wanted to create this channel for a place to share books that I love, share recommendations, get recommendations as well, just a way to create a community of people who love books. I'm mostly a fan of fantasy. I'm open to other genres, but fantasy is mostly where I'm at. Yeah, those are the books that I love. Since it's January, my first video, I thought why not make it a video about my reading plans for 2025. So let's jump right into it. Here are some series that I've been wanting to continue, make some progress in them. First series I have is The Witcher. I only have The Lady of the Lake and Season of Storms left to read, and then I'll be ready for the new release coming this year, which is super exciting. I love the series. It is so fun. I love the characters. It's dark, but there is a comedy to it that it gets me. It is such a good series. Really enjoy it. So this is the one that, I'm really enjoying reading them, but I think it's time for me to wrap up the series and finish it. So that's my top priority for this year. Next one, it's priority, but I'm not too set on rushing into it because, as we all know, it's not gonna get finished anytime soon. So Song of Ice and Fire, I'm on the third book. I have to start reading it soon. The series is so good. It's something that personally I don't mind getting into and knowing it might not end. I want to see what the series is as it is now. It's still such a fun series to read, really enjoyable, and so I don't know, it doesn't bother me too much that I might not get an ending. I'm gonna enjoy the books that I have. It's so fun. Love the characters. I think they offer all such a unique perspective on, all these bad things that are happening. And it's just really interesting to see how each character handles, difficult situations. And yeah, it really pulls you in. They're pretty thick books, but they read so fast for me, so really excited to continue with these. Another big series that is kind of still ongoing is Outlander. I believe this is the 6th book. It's A Breath of Snow and Ashes. I've started the series a long time ago, but they just take me so long to read because they're quite thick. They're all about over 1,000 pages. Not only that, but they're very descriptive. You kind of get all the information, like you're walking on a path and the type of rocks, the type of flowers, the bird that flew by, like all the little details, which is one of the things I love about this series, but it also means that it takes me quite a while to read. One of the books, it takes me a few months to get through it, and so it hasn't been on my priority list. The series isn't finished yet. I have quite a lot of books to get through, so it's just something I'm taking my time with. I'm enjoying it. I'm reading when I'm in the mood for it. It's a beautiful story. A lot of bad stuff happens, so sometimes I need a bit of break because it's a bit too much. Just because it's more historical, it feels a bit more like real life, and so I find that the bad things that happen are a bit harder to process than fantasy world. But yeah, still love this series. Can't wait to read more. So this also, hopefully it can get through this book this year. Okay, next up, another very big series, very popular. It's The Cosmere, and so my introduction to Brandon Sanderson was actually through The Way of Kings. I just picked it up randomly and then later figured out that it was part of this bigger universe. Kind of following through a recommended reading list. And so I think the next books is reading books 2 and 3 of Mistborn, and then I'm gonna read some of Stormlight Archive, go back into Mistborn 2, and then, yeah, eventually finish some of the Sentinels. I can't remember the exact order. I have it written somewhere, but don't have it right with me. But these are the next 3 books of the Cosmere that I have to read. Really looking forward to it. I really enjoy Brandon Sanderson. I'll say Mistborn Era 2 is a bit harder for me to get through because it's kind of like a Western, and I'm not too into it. It's still interesting. I like the world. I like the snippets, the little hints of Mistborn 1 that we get. And for that reason, I will read them. It's not my favorite. I knew going into it that it wasn't going to be my favorite Brandon Sanderson series, but it's still very enjoyable. Still really cool. It's different for me, so something that, like, I'm not too sure what to read. I want something different. I can pick up one of these books, so it's not all bad. It's just not my favorite thing. Not something I'd pick up if it was just dependent on me. If it wasn't attached to the Cosmere, I probably wouldn't pick it up, but still very enjoyable. Alright, next series I got into last year. It's the Mercy Thompson series by Patricia Briggs. It's an urban fantasy. It's so good. There's a lot of books, but they're very short, very quick to read. All of them kind of are self-contained stories, so it is a big series, but you can kind of take breaks between without losing too much. And yeah, so I really, really love this series. It's been such a fun discovery, and just being able to follow the same characters throughout so many books has been amazing. There is a parallel series that goes with it, follows like another character from the series that I really want to read. I think it's going to be great, and so I'm hoping I can finish the Mercy Thompson series this year, and then I can jump into the next one very soon. Hopefully this year too. It shouldn't be too hard because, like I said, they're super short, super easy to read. I think I'm looking forward to this year. And then continuing, I do want to continue The Realm of the Elderlings. I finished the first trilogy. I think it's Assassin's Apprentice. No, the Farseer trilogy. That's what it's called. So I finished that one last year. It's so incredible the way that Robin Hobb writes her characters and makes you care so much about them. I think it's one of my favorite series ever, and so I'm very much looking forward to continuing The Realm of the Elderlings, but I'm also a bit hesitant, just because I don't know what to expect from the Ship of Magic. It's gonna be new characters, I think, and on boats, ships, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about it, if I'm gonna enjoy it. I just really got attached to like the Farseer trilogy characters, and I know some of them are coming back in the next year, like in the next book. I just don't think they're necessarily in this next trilogy, so we'll see. I do trust Robin Hobb, but I am a bit hesitant that I'll be disappointed just because I loved that initial trilogy so much. It's like my expectations are too high, so I gotta bring them down a bit and then get into it and hopefully love it. So that's something that I'm really, really excited to read this year. Then I have some other series that I want to get into. I've had Godkiller on my TBR for quite a while. Haven't gotten around to it because I read the synopsis, really was intrigued, and then I kept seeing reviews saying that it was quite slow or hard to get into, and that put me off a little bit. I was worried that I wouldn't love it, and so I haven't picked it up yet, but I think it's short, so let's just try it out. If I don't like it, I don't like it, and I can donate it. If I love it, then great, I can continue the series. But I won't know that if I don't read it. So yeah, this year, getting around to God Killer. Another series I want to get into is The Faithful and the Fallen by John Gwynne. I've only heard good things about this series. Honestly, everything I see about the series is just raving reviews. Especially just John Gwynne as an author seems to be so loved. And just based on the description, I think this is something I'm gonna love. It's been kind of sitting on my shelf for the past year, just waiting to be picked up. But I had so many other series that I wanted to read first, that I haven't gotten around to it. But this year, we're reading it. So you can look forward to that. And then I also want to get into The Wheel of Time. I know it's a big series in fantasy. A bit shocking I haven't picked it up yet, but yeah, again, I had so many other series I wanted to read and just didn't get around to The Wheel of Time. I've had the first book for over a year again, same with The Faithful and the Fallen. I have the book, I just prioritize other things. But it's something that every time I pick up a book, I'm like, oh, should I pick this one? Should I pick this one? And I'm like, no, like, let's finish other things first, and then we'll get to it. So hopefully this is the year that I finally get around starting it. But yeah, again, I do have a few things that I need to finish first, but after that, we should jump into that, hopefully towards mid-year. We'll see. Yes, those are some of the books I'm looking forward to. There are some new releases too that I'm really excited about. Just didn't include them in this video, but I think I'll do a separate one. Maybe one of the upcoming stuff, like, what's coming out, what am I looking forward to, because there are some good books hopefully coming out this year, and I'm really excited about them. And I just wanted to give them the attention that they deserve and hopefully put them in a new video. That might be something for you to discover as well. These are my reading plans for 2025. One of the main goals here is mostly to reduce my TBR. I have maybe like 54 books, kind of half physical and ebooks. That's just sitting there. And I really want to reduce that TBR because I don't like having a pile of unread books. I like to just be able to get the book I want, and read that and not feel overwhelmed by all these other books that I have, because then I feel guilty that I haven't read those books yet, and it just means that I don't get to read the books that I want in the moment, so the big goal is to reduce those. I've set myself a target of 52 books for this year, so it's one a week. I think that's pretty doable for me. It's a lot, but it's not a crazy amount. I've read more in the past few years, and so I think putting it at 52 gives me the ability to, really pick the books that I want to read, pick quality over quantity, and so hopefully I get to make better choices with the books I read and not feel like I need to rush through and finish them. I can sit and enjoy the books. So yeah, that's my plans for 2025. And then moving forward, some of the things I want to have on this channel will be maybe like, what I read this month, what I plan on reading. Can do some reviews, maybe a few challenges. We'll see. If you have any recommendations, things you want to see, do let me know in the comments. This channel is new. I don't have a concrete plan, so I'm open to suggestions, and as well any things that you want to share that might help me out. Open to suggestions. We'll see how it goes. If it grows enough, I'd love to hopefully one day have like a little book club and we can read together, discuss them. I think that would be quite fun because I do want that community. But again, I don't have too many goals right now. It's really just for fun, for a place to share books that I'm reading, and yeah, that's kind of it for me. So that's my 2025 reading plans. If you have any recommendations, suggestions, definitely comment down below. I'd love to add more books to my list. And as well, if you have any things that you want to see maybe on this channel, feel free to let me know as well. But yeah, so hope everyone has a great day and thank you for watching.